Hello and welcome back. Today it's time for another Cuddle Up Sampler block tutorial, and this time we have a nice, simple, easy block to piece, and I am sure that some of you are very excited to hear we have no small piecing and it's mostly just squares and rectangles. This is going to go quickly for all of us to sew together this week, and it is this gifts block right here. So I'll be walking us through how to piece that block together. Stick around. Turn in your Cuddle Up Sampler book to page 10, and you are going to want to cut pieces A through I. I have all of my pieces cut and I am ready to start sewing. If you are just stumbling across this video and you aren't familiar with the Cuddle Up Sampler Sew Along, I have information in the description box below, and you are welcome to join in anytime you would like to. For those of you merrily sewing away over the last couple of weeks, let's dive into this gifts block. We are going to be starting here in step 1, and we are making the only stitch and flip unit for the entire block. We have just one, and then everything else is rectangles. So it's going to be a nice, fast one to piece. So you will grab your F square and your 2 A squares, and you will mark a diagonal line on the back of both of your A's. And then we are going to be doing the stitch and flip units on the bottom 2 corners of your F square. So we are going to place this like so. You're going to sew on your marked diagonal and then press. And then once you make sure everything is all lined up around the perimeter, you will trim out the bottom 2 layers, and then you will repeat on the opposite corner. Let me go do that. Here is what that stitch and flip unit looks like now, and then the pressing. I'm going to do steps 2 through 4 next. The first step would be to sew G rectangles to either side of your stitch and flip unit. You see that happening right here. We're pressing those seams away from the center. Once you've sewn those together, this unit gets sewn to D, and you see this happening here. You're going to press towards D, and then once those pieces are sewn together, you're going to sew H rectangles to either side of that unit. And that is happening here in step 4. Again, as always, all of your measurements of what each unit will measure as you work your way through the pattern are included, so double check those as you go to make sure that you are sewing and constructing accurately. This is what the top half of the gifts block is going to look like. The next step is to sew together a pair of E, B, E units. So we have E, B, and E. We're going to sew these 3 pieces together. We're going to make a second set, sewing an identical set of pieces together. These get pressed away from the center. These are those 2 units. The last step we need to take to sew together the bottom portion of our gifts block is to sew I rectangles to either side and a C rectangle in the center. You see this happening right here in this step. You can see the pressing. We are pressing away from the center here, and we're pressing towards the center here. Once you have sewn together these pieces, you will sew this unit to our gift top, and your quilt block will be complete. The gifts block is complete. What a nice, easy block for this week. I was excited to see this one on the agenda after some of the ones that have taken a little bit more time to piece in the previous weeks. Here's what she looks like from the front. There's the pressing on the back. I think you guys are going to enjoy this one. A nice little break from that small piecing. If you have any questions about today's tutorial, be sure and let me know in the comments below. You'll also find all of the information that I've shared so far in regard to the Cuddle Up Sampler down there, so be sure to check that out. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will catch you again next time.